best? We're putting the battle between Instagram and Threads. Which social media platform is best?
I think it can be so powerful, not just about the connection. You might have somebody like your perfect, most ideal customer or client might be on Threads, but they really don't enjoy Instagram. So you might miss out if you're not on Threads.
It is an amazing way to literally connect with the biggest people in whatever niche you are in. People that are so untouchable, you get so lost in their DMs on Instagram, to literally having a conversation over just a caption. It is insane. And yeah,
It's been 10 months. They are at 150 million users. Could we imagine what they hit in 1 year? Possibly even 2 or 3? There's a Threads bonus that's already being tested. Now, how much you get paid? Which social media platform is best? We're putting the battle between Instagram and Threads. We're gonna be talking mostly about Threads, but we will be sharing a little bit in comparison in regards to its bigger brother, Instagram. So my next question for you, should business owners and content creators be active on Instagram and Threads, not one or the other?
okay, now before you come for me, here's my thing. I always preach one platform first. So if you are still trying to get your footing on Instagram or whatever your preferred platform is, do that first. Put all of your effort into one platform first and then expand. And when you feel like you're ready, yes, by all means, you should be on Instagram and Threads. It is an amazing way to literally connect with the biggest people in whatever niche you are in. I'm talking people that are so untouchable, you get so lost in their DMs on Instagram, to literally having a conversation over just a caption. It is insane. And yes, I've made so many friends. So in terms of building a community, building a cult following, Instagram and Threads are your go-to platforms, 100%.
I love that observation that you're able to reach out to more people than you can on Instagram and possibly get a response. Because you're absolutely right. There's a few people that I send DMs on to on Instagram. It's crickets. They've actually responded to comments that I put or threads that I put on my own, and they've responded. And it's like, wow, I didn't expect for this person to actually respond, which is interesting.
Yeah, that's a fantastic point. I definitely haven't thought about that, but now even thinking about my consumer behavior, when I'm over there, if I see them on Instagram, I'm more likely to they stand out to me. I will definitely have that conversation with them. Not that I don't have conversations with people, but it's, when you're really busy, you have a lot going on. I'm like, oh, I want to talk to them because I've formed that relationship. Great point there. I also agree that you need to, hone in on what you want your number one platform to be and really get your strategy down there. Find yourself introducing your brand to other platforms. If you want to play around with it right now because you want to kind of learn what you like, what works, what doesn't work, but not hold yourself to running both strategies, then go right ahead. But I think that it is important to get your main platform first. And then yes, ultimately to be on both, I think it can be so powerful, not just about the connections, but the way that we all consume content differently. You might have somebody your perfect, most ideal customer or client might be on Threads, but they really don't enjoy Instagram. So you might miss out if you're not on Threads. They might be that perfect person for you.
My idea in regards to this, and I absolutely do believe that you should be on both. I think that they work in tandem, and I think Instagram was very wise to keep it mostly text to have that great counterpart. I feel like if they did something that was heavy video, heavy photo, it would be just a disruption to both of their businesses. So I think the way that they did this was very key. I mean, listen, it's been 10 months. They are at 150 million users in 10 months. Could we imagine what they hit in 1 year? Possibly even 2 or 3? Using both and getting set up now and getting active on it is really key to get you started for when those opportunities do come. And I'm going to share one that I've heard of already. There's a Threads bonus that's already being tested. Now, it's very limited and it's only in the US only, but it's being based on the views of a thread as well as how many threads you post. Unfortunately, it's only by invite. So it's not like I could tell you, go to this link and sign up and then you'll get Threads bonus. So you have to be invited, but you find this invitation on Instagram in your professional dashboard. They'll send you some type of prompt and a message that gives you the ability to actually turn on Threads bonus. Now, how much you get paid, I do not know. They're keeping the details very quiet. It actually changes for each creator that they invite based on the goals. But if they're testing this right now in the US, it's only a matter of time before they actually push it live, because they know that they've been able to grow 150 million within a year. But they obviously have their goal of somebody else's audience. We know that they're looking at X, who's been a little bit more harm on their own. They want to surpass them. And I feel like they're going to start creating all of these certain initiatives and incentives for us creators to just constantly push out more thread posts and bring an audience from maybe Instagram and elsewhere to this brand new platform. Look out for Threads bonus. I'm going to be keeping an eye on that. Got to visit my professional dashboard every now and again to see if I get that prompt, because I would love to do that.
That is really cool, for sure. Exciting. Interesting to see what they are going to do for, what counts as a metric. Right now, you said those views and how often, but interesting to see how it will change over time.
It's always exciting to see how a platform changes within the first year or two, because it's like a newborn baby. So you're starting to see all of this fresh new attempts at new things going on. Our last question: what's a hot tip you'd like to share that you discovered on or about Threads?
So this is, I know you said hot tip, but there was no like quick hack that I'm going to share. I'm going to share having conversations with people in Threads, more so than just going and following and liking things, but actually taking time to have conversation and ask questions and respond to different opinions and other people's comments is really powerful. Those get noticed, and then that's how you build those relationships. So hot tip there, definitely have conversations, not just consuming and liking.
Imagine that, a reminder that people have to be social on social media, but it has to be said. It has to be said. I love that tip.
That was a great tip. Thank you, Megan. I really appreciate it, because it's so, people forget it so much, and a comment makes someone's day more than you know. And it literally goes a long way, and it takes like 10 seconds. But I would say the hottest tip for Threads is, number one, taking like your highest performing posts on Instagram and then repurposing them into Threads, like little snippets. So saying, like, if you have a really big reel or you're breaking down a really big, complex idea in a carousel, taking that and saying, how can I break this down into multiple parts? And then a new thing with Threads that I've seen a lot of creators doing too is like teasing it in the first part of your thread. So you'll put something, and then you have to click in to read more. And I've noticed too, those get really great engagement, and then people kind of carry out more of the conversation. But again, going back to what Megan said as well, like commenting on other things, like I have gotten so many follows just by writing a meaningful comment on someone else's thing that I've connected to, and then them going back to our page and following us. But yeah, I would say repurpose your content. People always think like it needs to be hard. You need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just have to take your captions and then shorten them and cut it into like 5 threads. And there you go. You got your week's worth of thread. Easy.
Yes. Yes, yes.
So simple, straight to the point, really effective. I love both of those tips. My hot tip for Threads: I'm actually in the process of an experiment on Threads. I've been doing it since March or April. It's going for a long time. I've been posting every day, and it's a specific type of thread. So I'm actually putting out certain ones. Like last month, all of my posts were just text, no images, no videos or anything. And I'm going to do that for 1 month. And then this month, I'm actually doing videos, and I'm actually reposting reels. I'm testing different type of threads for a few months, and I'm actually keeping it on a Google worksheet. I'm going to share the results at the end of my test to my broadcast channel. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and join my broadcast channel, because I'll share the results there. What I've learned from that test, especially this month, now that I'm doing video and photos, they do not work.
No.
Oh my gosh. I learned that like after 2-3 days of this test, and I almost wanted to quit because the views were just so bad. I did a carousel, especially if you repost an IG reel.
Yeah.
Oh, the views
Terrible.
are really, really bad. So one of the things I've learned, I put out a post just today and I shared 3 different tips just really quickly. And the last one I said I'm going to talk about it today in IG Live. Text is greater than media when it comes to Threads. If you could keep it with just text, I think you're winning with that. For some reason, that just works so much better than adding photos and videos. I'm still testing it, but it ain't looking good.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that it's like that, but it makes sense at the same time. But not only because them as the app Threads, they want to make sure that it is its native like purpose, right, of that text space. But I think people are on there because they enjoy that type of content. They want it to be text based. Like they're gonna follow you on Instagram if they want that other style format from you.
Absolutely. I think that's a really great point in regards to that. And that's where the great marriage between both lies. You have the heavy media platform, and then you have the light media in regards to just text. And you create the best of both worlds if you're able to actually work and optimize both, as Liz was stating. Liz, I don't know if you know how we roll around here on the social roundtable, but we like to play a different game with our guest. I don't
Okay.
know what the questions are myself. Megan hosts the game, so I'm going to play along as well. I'm going to leave it in Megan's hands to host this next game that we have.
So we are going to play a would you rather. Would you rather A, lose all of your Instagram followers today and have to start from scratch, or B, gain 10,000 brand new followers today, but they're not all your ideal audience? A or B?
Ooh.
Liz, go first.
Oh, I was gonna answer. I definitely say